Alright, so here I was, lying in bed, scrolling my phone this morning, looking for a dopamine hit so I could get out of bed and get started with the day, and I found it in my email inbox. A message from Andrew Tate. Obviously, he didn't message me directly, but he messaged his entire email list. He wrote, "In 7 days from now, I will be giving away $50 million to people on my email list. Prepare yourself. Do not miss an email for the next 7 days. Tate." So naturally, that piqued my interest, and I was like, okay, let me dive deep. Let me see exactly what he's talking about, how we can get our share of this $50 million. I mean, spoiler alert now, I believe he's referring to an upcoming airdrop of his crypto here on the channel. We've been documenting his entire crypto journey for a couple of years now. And so in this video, I want to give you the latest update on exactly what we need to do to be eligible for the real world airdrop. Now, let's start here. This is Andrew Tate's crypto token that most people know about. It's called Daddy. It was a meme coin, and it was in response to the Mother token by Iggy Azalea. It's currently sitting up at a $50 million market cap. This is what everybody thinks Andrew Tate's official token is. However, let me pull up a graphic I made for you earlier. This here is the Daddy token. Now, the owner is not Andrew Tate. This is a third-party meme coin, meaning someone created a meme about Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate just basically got airdropped the supplies. So the creative Daddy sent him a large portion of the funds. Andrew Tate ended up burning them. I think it added up to about $150 million. That's when he was dancing around saying I burned $150 million. He burnt the Daddy tokens that he got sent for free. And so because he tweeted about Daddy so much, people think it's his token, but it is not Andrew Tate's token. The current market cap, as we just saw, is about $50 million. It's been hovering there for a while. I'll go a little bit more into detail about that in a second. The utility. What is the point of the Daddy token? Well, it's a meme coin. However, Andrew Tate has introduced utility, which means you can qualify for the real world airdrop, which is the token I'm way more interested in personally. This is the real world token. Now, this is a fake mock-up that I made in Photoshop. I don't actually know what the token is going to look like, but this is his logo for the real world, so feel free to use this, Andrew, if you are watching this video. The owner is Andrew Tate. It's his official coin. The market cap, I've estimated in a video not too long ago. Go watch these other videos. We're not going to go too crazy into detail. Like we've done the projections on exactly how much you can make at the $1 billion market cap. There's a whole video on that. There's a whole video on why I think it'll hit the $1 billion market cap. And the biggest reason why is because of this utility that is introduced, which sort of has its pros and cons. When you have utility in a coin, the price action and the market cap sort of gets tethered to that utility compared to being a meme coin like Dog with Hat, which has no utility, and that's at $2 billion. It can fly to 100 billion. People are like, oh, it's a meme, who cares? It's not backwards rationalizing how much money it's making, how much revenue you're getting. However, the real world token, the utility of that is a revenue split, meaning everyone who's paying the monthly $50 for the real world access, the biggest university, the biggest online education platform in the world, you will get a percentage of those royalties airdrop to you every single day, month, or week if you're holding the real world token. That is his official project. Very important for you to know. Now, before we go over the latest updates, I do have a completely free email list that is going to keep you up to date with any alerts and opportunities that are coming up for the real world airdrop. Make sure you sign up, link in the description below. When you do sign up, you'll get a few emails that are going to be automated that are going to fill you in with all the details that you need to know that you might not know yet, all the frequently asked questions. You will have a massive advantage in the market if you are on that list, so make sure you do jump on. Now let's get into the token update. What is the latest out there? So this was July 10th. Very important to note the date here. 5,000 new students before the release of the real world, that's the new token, / Daddy white paper. The white paper is what he plans to do with a project. It's basically just filled out on a piece of paper. It comes from Bitcoin. It had a white paper, which basically was like, this is what Bitcoin does. This is what Bitcoin is. And a lot of people release the white paper before they release the actual project. He says, students grow in power level. That's inside the real world university. You have a power level ranking to accumulate airdrop points. This is how we know there's going to be an airdrop, because he says you're earning airdrop points by increasing your power level inside of Hustlers University. That's what it used to be called. The real world is what it's called now. Sorry to throw that other name out there to confuse everybody with there's no Hustlers University token. Become a student now, or it'll be the biggest mistake of your life. Very interesting, July. That's how strong he was pushing this. Now, his recommendations of Daddy have not dropped off the map at all. So this is now September 22nd. This is 3 days ago from the time I'm recording this video. And he's putting out trailers for the Daddy token. He also put out September 21st here, Join me and us as we save the world. He said it's Friday night and there's 23,000 Tate students online grinding. We're not drinking, we're not partying. I don't know what the next line is, but we're here to get rich and wealthy, that's what we're all here for, huh? Pump incoming, I thought was very interesting, inferring that there's going to be a pump in the price of the Daddy token, probably because of an upcoming airdrop. Now, this is Barky on Twitter. He said, my perspective on Daddy. It does not matter if you like or hate Andrew, he has money and is intelligent. He built up a reputation, a positive one, burning all the meme coins and pumping many projects. Mostly he has laid out an interesting plan for Daddy where his people in his school are able to earn high ranks and that way get airdrop the coin. I have high conviction he doesn't want to ruin his reputation with those pennies. I agree, this is what I put in my other videos. He'll try to make those people with high ranks rich. In short, I'm holding before he tries to pump it. That's my strategy, just holding and waiting. I think this guy's got a good grasp on what's going on. I may, however, be wrong. No risk means no reward. What's the true value of money anyways? Deep question to end on. We won't go into that. That's a little bit of a side road for us. We'll stay with the Daddy token. I 100% agree with what Barky's saying. I'll also add here, I think emphasis on he'll really try to make those people with high ranks rich because Tate's powerful. He's got a big network. He's got a lot of money. He's got a huge social media following. And I believe his intent is there. However, there is some market factors that are more powerful than Tate. And this is a good example of that. So once I'm at 10 million followers on Twitter, I'm going to buy $1 million worth of Daddy coin. This is what he tweeted out. And then, of course, he hit the 10 million followers and he decided to buy $1 million by buying $30,000 a day of his Daddy coin on Solana. Obviously, you can see his receipt for it here for 30 days, I guess 33 days or 33.3 days. And if you go to the Daddy coin, you can see you can't even really see where this went down. Maybe here, a little bit of a bump up and then just pulled straight back. You know, it didn't have a massive effect on the market like some people thought it would. Some people thought it would double or triple the price of the Daddy token. And having it spread out, I think also had a slower impact over time. And so this is why I think it's such an important point. I think he is really trying to make the Daddy token pump. However, he doesn't want to overexpose his hand and play all of his cards at once because it's going to pump and then drop off and then he's left with nothing. So he's sort of slow rolling it. And what I'm really interested is not the Daddy token. I've done breakdowns on that before. I think we can get a 2, 3, maybe a 4x when the market gets really hot and Tate buys more then, or then he pushes it to his social media. I think there's way bigger and better opportunities in the real world token. So the question becomes, how do we make money off that? Well, Andrew Tate tweeted out, let's get the date on this one so they're all in order. This is back in July or start of August. I warned the crypto community about people like Ansem. I gave you a project that you could believe in, Daddy. Next comes the real world. This is his hinting at the real world token. He wrote, the real world and Daddy will reward hard work and helping other students. This is a fair warning for the dedicated. 0 luck required, only action. 1, join the real world, that's his university. And 2, stack Daddy. A revolution is taking place. Will you be part of the conquest? Will you win this time? Which brings us down to this. If you don't want to go and watch all my other videos where I break it down in detail for you, this is the Cliff Notes. There's 3 main ways. There might be a back alley street where you can buy the real world token, but these are the 3 ways that people are going to be able to get the real world token. 1, you can buy and stake the Daddy token. He's going to have an allocation for people who have the Daddy token. Now, how much allocation? Maybe you want to go watch the other video for this. I don't think it's going to be a crazy amount of allocation to the Daddy holders, but I think he's honoring the word that he put out that the Daddy holders will be rewarded. So I think maybe there'll be a 5% allocation of the real world token to Daddy holders. The second way, you can farm the real world airdrop, because this is what he's saying. Join my university. I'm going to make all my students rich by airdropping them a crypto based on a meritocracy of who's giving and doing the most inside of the actual real world. And this makes a lot of sense too, because he's driving a lot more signups to the real world because everyone wants his airdrop. And therefore, I mean, that money that's coming in is basically going to be the money that funds the airdrop anyway. Thirdly, once the real world actually drops, you'll be able to buy it on the open market. So people will get their airdrop and then they'll want to sell it on and trade it for US dollars. That's when you can finally get it. That's probably not the best way to get it. I actually think the most profitable way to get it will be farming the real world airdrop, which we've got videos on exactly how to do that. And so in his email, when he says, I will be giving away $50 million to people on my email list, in my head, there's 2 worlds that's happening here. 1, an allocation of the real world tokens will be given to people who are on his email list or take the actions that he's about to put out over the next 7 days. Or 2, This is sort of a bit of an interesting wordplay where the people on his email list are the people in his university, and they will be getting the airdrop. And it's not everyone on the email list, or you're not eligible just by being on the email list, but people who are already eligible for the airdrop are also on his email list, and he will be airdropping $50 million. So you have to get in the other way. Now, there could be a third option. I could be completely wrong. That's why you want to get on this completely free Andrew Tate email list of updates and alerts on everything that you need to know as they pop up. If there's new opportunities, if I'm mistaken, I'll be updating you right here. And lastly, if you want the ultimate edge in the market, I highly recommend that you join our inner circle. This is where we break down portfolios from the biggest influencers and best traders, people like Andrew Tate, people who can move markets tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in one tweet, because we actually track their wallet. So if Andrew Tate was ever to buy a meme coin, a token, if he was to get the airdrop first, we are seeing it inside of our wallet tracker. And if you're already in our wallet tracker and getting alerts from the top traders and biggest influence in there, come over to your alert setting, look for Andrew Tate's name, and make sure it is turned on, just that green tick, to make sure you're getting all the updates from Andrew Tate's, Tristan Tate's, and the real world wallets. We have all three of those tracked in there, and you'll know if they're ever moving money or getting into a new project before anyone else. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.